Hello whiskey lovers, I am Dan with my English language whiskey review number 13. If in the review number 8 I had Highland Park 12 years old, which like other software expressions introduces you to the world of smoked peated whiskey, today I have a really peated Scotch whiskey, a real classic that must be tried by any Scotch whiskey lover. Lagavulin, 16 years old. Let's pour it into the glass and I'll give it a couple of minutes to rest because it's an intense smoked peated whiskey. Here is the color, beautiful, and yes, the peat smoke is already here. I can feel it around me. Clear in the glass, and the color is intense copper. This was a 200 ml bottle, and the other one is a 700 ml bottle that you will find it in this gift box. 43% ABV and is probably chill filtered. There is possibly a touch of caramel coloring added as well, because there is no information about natural color on the label or on the box. Again, this is done for cosmetic reasons and to achieve consistency of appearance from batch to batch. This 200 ml bottle comes in a box with two other bottles of classic malts, Talisker 10 years old and Cragganmore 12 years old. Lagavulin distillery is located on the beautiful island of Islay in Scotland, between the other two distilleries on the south coast of the island, Ardbeg and Laphroaig. It is therefore part of the triumvirate of distilleries in the south of the island and produces some of the most smoked Scotch whisky that Scotland has to offer. John Johnston founded the Lagavulin distillery in 1816, although since 1742 there have been 10 illegal distilleries in the area. Shortly after opening, a distillery called Ardmore was opened nearby, but it became part of Lagavulin a few decades later. Until the 1980s, the distillery operated with a 2-day-a-week work schedule, which led to some problems in meeting the high demand for their whiskey over the years. Lagavulin is also part of the Classic Malts of Scotland series, along with Cragganmore, Dalwhinnie, Glenkinchie, Oban and Talisker, a series that was launched in 1988 and has only increased demand. Lagavulin takes the title of the second best-selling single malt on Islay as well, Laphroaig being the first. On the nose, peat, very intense peat smoke. I have to force myself to discover the other flavors behind the smoke. But it is not a smoke that attacks you, and it is quite complex. Now comes the salty notes, iodine, and the sweetness and aromas behind the smoke. It is not necessarily fruity, but there are some traces of berries and a touch of cereal. Spice and vanilla with fruit jam. It is a wonderful smell, and once again the smoke is very intense. If you do not like smoked whiskey, then it is not for you. Lagavulin is almost exclusively aged in ex-bourbon barrels, which means that its robust, uncompromising smoke and saline character stands out unstrained in the glass. You should know that it has converted a large number of people into whiskey and remains a strong favorite for many single malt fans around the world. The allocations of Lagavulin 16 years old are never enough to meet the demand for this expression, often leading to gaps in market supply. Diageo, the company he belongs to, solved this problem by also releasing a 12 years old expression, cask strength, almost every year. On the palate, a fine touch of fruit jam, a touch of oak, and peat smoke. Oh yes, the peat. Seaweed, delicious. Something like sherry is here, I'm not sure. Sweet, it warms you up. Some dark chocolate is lingering around here, and again smoke, a lot of smoke, but in a superb balance with the other flavors. Caramel, vanilla, and I feel it oily and thick. So this whiskey is 16 years old, being slightly older than other smoked whiskies from the Isle of Islay, and therefore more complex. The aroma of the oak from which the barrel is made is well transmitted in the whiskey's body. Due to its age, in this Lagavulin we have a combination of factors that make it so special. Aromatic peat, the smoke from the germinated barley dried by burning peat, a special complexity given by those 16 years spent in casks, and the aroma of oak transferred into a whiskey within the 16 years. The finish is long, and it reveals vanilla, and the smoke persists. In a few words, huge, classic, excellent. My mark for this single malt Scotch whiskey is 9.2 out of 10. For a 16 years old whiskey, it's relatively well priced. 43% is perhaps a little low, though there is enough character and complexity in the spirit to make up for it. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you liked it, and I will see you next time. Slanjeva.